On Monday Night Raw, Mr. McMahon announced that there's going to be a superstar shakeup next week. Instead of it being just like a full draft, they're just going to trade a couple superstars. We see AJ go to Raw, and then Roman come to SmackDown, and then he'll be like, this is my yard now. Ooh, ah, suffering succotash. There's a link down in the description of a video made by Wyatt Fan where he talked about 5 SmackDown superstars that should go to Raw. But here I'm going to tell you 5 Raw superstars that should come to SmackDown. Number 5, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn cannot catch a break. Like, he loses matches, he gets buried verbally on the mic. You have another human being telling you all the things wrong with you, and it's your, commissioner. It's safe to say that Sami Zayn's on the verge of going to the main event, and if he does, we're all screwed. Much like Daniel Bryan, he's a very likable guy. It's hard to feel that emotion of like wanting to boo or just not like Sami Zayn. Great in the ring, and honestly, when you hear a theme song, if you're not humming it, then let's be for real. You're not human. You gotta put him in mid-card and you gotta slowly build him up because you can't just throw him in the main event. People will not respond to him that fast. You basically have to Daniel Bryan this guy. Like, you have to take a guy that everyone already likes but doesn't like to the level as a main eventer, but you gotta slowly build him up. He can easily be one of the guys to take the IC title and make it prestigious again because Dean Ambrose, I'm sorry, you killed it all. Seriously, I forgot who had the belt. Then eventually you can build him up all the way to the main event. He can be one of the biggest baby faces on SmackDown. Then also, how good would it be to see another Sami Zayn versus Nakamura match? Last time they faced each other is in NXT. Maybe next time they face each other is for the WWE Championship. This is all possibilities. Number 4, Bo Dallas. I know. Hold up, promise I'm going somewhere with this. It's a weird one to put on the list, obviously, but Bo Dallas in NXT, he was great. Now, the whole Bo Leave gimmick was working on the main roster for like a couple weeks, but it didn't necessarily get over. But that's the thing though, because you gotta drop that. It's like a very watered down version of DDP's motivational character. I mean, maybe you can keep it. Maybe keep the catchphrase, but don't keep the whole inspirational dude. No one wants to see that. And I'm glad they switched to a singlet because the whole tidy whitey look, it wasn't looking that good. He kind of looked like the New Year's baby. I believe it was back in August because Bo Dallas has a mean streak to him. I mean, you saw him get arrested in the airport, right? I think it might have been a little bit after SummerSlam, but he was going through a couple squash matches. He's beating up jobbers and stuff and really showing that he has a mean streak. He was literally just pummeling these guys, and people were actually starting to slowly turn themselves on to Bo Dallas again. So you need to take that character and you need to throw him back on SmackDown so he can slowly build up that mean streak once again. Because at this point, I don't think anyone's going to cheer Bo Dallas out just being a babyface, so you kind of just want him to make him a heel. Not saying he should be an Intercontinental Champion or WWE Champion or even Tag Team Champion. I'm just saying Bo Dallas would be a great addition to the roster. And also, if you haven't noticed, the man's been growing a beard, and who else has a beard? His brother, Bo Wyatt. Number 3, Rusev. Pretty simple. I love Rusev. I think he should be doing a lot more than he is. He's one hell of a wrestler and one handsome dude. But besides him being one of my favorite guys, honestly, you have something special with this guy. I'm telling you, because on Monday Night Raw, you have someone like Braun Strowman. You have your big monster heel, right? But you don't have someone like that on SmackDown. And SmackDown's lacking monsters. Because on Raw, you have Strowman, you had Lesnar, you kind of had Goldberg for a little bit. But who's really on SmackDown that's like a big monster? Luke Harper? Baron Corbin? Nobody. And that's exactly what they need. They need a really big heel monster. And yeah, you could honestly bring Lana with him because I know he's injured right now. He won't be back for a minute, which could be really good because he can just come out of nowhere and beat someone up. Kind of like how Samoa Joe did, another monster on Monday Night Raw. But you don't necessarily need Lana. I know it's going to disappoint a lot of people. But from the WWE standpoint, they want Lana to be a wrestler. Leave her down developmental, let her wrestle. And keep Rusev on SmackDown because you bring Lana back and you try to do the whole crush, Machka, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be good for nostalgia, but eventually it's going to fizzle out. He's great on the mic. He's great in the ring. And he's handsome AF. Put him on SmackDown. Number 2, Charlotte. Something that Wyatt and I both have done. We've taken 2 big heels on the women's division on Raw and SmackDown, and we traded them. There's already a lot of rumors going on that Charlotte's gonna go to SmackDown anyway, and definitely her character and gimmick really could use it. What else does she honestly have left to prove on Raw? She's a 4-time women's champion, and she had a pay-per-view streak. And if you put her on SmackDown, she could be the first ever woman to hold both titles, only inflating her like queen character even more. And technically, you could actually start a new pay-per-view streak. Because when we look at Charlotte's pay-per-view streak, the last part of it was all Raw pay-per-views, right? New show, new Charlotte, new streak. And she could feud with the likes of Naomi or Carmella or Becky Lynch from the 4 Horsewomen. She had a feud with Becky before, just wasn't that well put together. But she also has had one with Bayley and Sasha, so might as well finish it off. From the company standpoint, they feel that she's the best women's wrestler maybe of all time, but definitely in the division right now. And she probably is. And all that can add to her character that she's not the best on Raw, she's not the best on SmackDown, she's not the best in division, she's the best of all time. And number 1, Enzo and Cass. The Raw tag team division is great. Now adding the Revival and the Hardys, their stuff is A quality. But SmackDown on the other hand, it could use They could use some work. Because when you look at the SmackDown Tag Team division, they don't really have that many big babyface tag teams. I mean, I think the only ones are American Alpha, right? And they're booked like crap. But rather than just splitting up the two, and also Carmella's on SmackDown, so if you put her over there, maybe Enzo and Ellsworth can have a match and look all cool, and Big Cass can Big Boot him, and all that kind of stuff. But all you have to do is put them on SmackDown, make them a little more serious, not too serious, because, you know, it's Enzo and Cass, they can't be that serious with that theme song. You're soft, you're sloppy. They're calling me Poppy. Not serious. Because that's the team that SmackDown really does need. You already have a comedy tag team with the New Day, then you already have the nostalgia feeling and really over right now the Hardy Boys. Now SmackDown's also down one more team because Simon Gotch got released, so there's no more Vaudevillains. We need one more team. The matches they can have with the Usos be really good, and the comedy angles with Breezango, so it's just an overall good combination of why you should really put these dudes on the blue brand. And yeah guys, that is the video. Hope you really enjoyed. This is basically a lot of thoughts and opinions and a lot of names that actually really could happen and come over to SmackDown. So in the comments down below, tell me why do you think these guys should come to SmackDown and girl, or why they shouldn't come to SmackDown. Then also go watch Wyatt's video because he talks about guys that should come over to Raw. And then you can put both our videos side by side and you can kind of just see, okay, does anything they're saying make sense? Are we gonna listen to these couple marks, or are we actually just gonna watch WWE? But yeah guys, that is the video. I hope you really enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, share, and always subscribe, and we outie.